Hi, I'm Mike Messier, and welcome to Short Film Showcase. We've got a great episode this week. We'll be screening some more great short films by Chris Asper and Curtis Parvin. I'd like to tell you that if you'd like to have your own short films on Short Film Showcase, please contact Bryan Casey at bcfilms.net. That's Bryan Casey at bcfilms.net to get your short film on Short Film Showcase. Our first film comes to us from New York. It's written and directed by Elizabeth Kipolina. It's called Truly There. This film is about two students who are asked to do an art project about who they think they really are. Let's check it out on the Short Film Showcase.
That is so sick. I'm totally into going. But my mom is making me take this lame class.
Okay, ladies. As a final project, you can choose the film medium of your choice and spend the next 2 hours developing a self-portrait. Look, I know that neither one of you want to take this extra credit session, so could you just try? Try to tell me who you really think you are.
I don't have a camera or anything.
It's sticky.
That's how it develops. It changes.
It's not very, flattering.
But that's how you really looked, just then.
Do you have any more film?
Welcome back to Short Film Showcase. You just saw Truly There by Elizabeth Kipolina. Great short film. But next, we have a special guest right here in our studio. He's an artist, he's an actor, he's a poet. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine for a long time. I'd like to introduce Jay Walker. Jay.
Hey.
Welcome to Short Film Showcase.
Thanks for having me.
Great for you to be here. Jay, you're kind of a well-known guy in this area as far as your spoken word poetry, your written poetry, your acting, your general artistry.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Cranston, Rhode Island, the Edgewood section, and I've always had a thing for the arts, acting and writing and performing, all sorts of different things, and I've just been pursuing that my entire life. I went to college for theater, for video and radio production, for things like that, and I've been making headway in the local scene, getting into slams, hosting readings, getting into the Rhode Island Film Collaborative and the Scene Film Music and Arts Festival, and just making as much of a name for myself as I could.
That's great. When we first met, you were the one that actually got me going to some spoken word performances.
Cool. At
a place called Cafe Mondo.
Yes, I remember.
And we won't date ourselves, but that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, sure. two years ago.
So Jay, when you do the spoken word poetry, what inspires you to write it and then to perform it?
Well, writing is just a way of me getting the emotions out and putting them in words that everybody can understand. I'm actually working on a piece right now talking about making the ugly beautiful.
Okay.
And that's part of what it is. It's a process of being able to look at whatever it is I'm talking about, whether it be politics, religion, or the myriad of things going on in my personal life. And as far as performing it, that's always come second nature. When I found slam poetry, when I found slam contests, I just totally ran with it. These people were performing these pieces, not just reciting them, and putting all their heart and soul into it. And that's what you do on stage or on camera.
Right.
So it just seemed a natural fit for me.
There's even been some films that have transcended the spoken word universe into film.
Oh, yes.
And let's talk about your forays into film acting. And actually, you were on stage, preface to an Alien Garden.
Yes.
I saw that.
Yes,
and
I was.
That must have been a big thrill for you.
It was. I've wanted to be at Trinity Rep for a very long time, and back in those days when I was actually working there as a, what do they call it?
Sales rep? Or,
yes,
yeah.
A sales rep. They found out that they were doing this show and they needed people who, you know, weren't necessarily white.
Sure.
And excuse me, they found out that I was an actor, so they let me audition, and I got a role, and I was on cloud 9 for a long time. It's been a lifelong dream.
That was a great show. I remember the performance. I had a lot of fun seeing that.
Cool.
Very intense show.
Yeah.
And since then, you've gone into some film acting in the scene, so to speak, around here.
Yes.
And how's that turned out for you?
It's turned out really well, you know. I mean, every aspect of life is an aspect of life, so you're going to have your ups and your downs. But for the most part, it's turned out really well. I got started with one of those cattle call auditions. LDI Casting was doing background casting for Brotherhood. So I got onto that, and from there I got to 27 Dresses. And 27 Dresses was great because they were really looking for, pardon me, they were really looking for extras. They needed them so badly that they were giving what they call Taft-Hartley waivers. That's the way you can get into the union without getting a speaking part. And so I basically got all the waivers I needed on that one shoot. And that never happens to anybody.
Right.
So I'm actually eligible to join the union. But the great thing about those waivers is that they don't expire, so you can sit on them for as long as you need.
Yeah.
And from there I found out about the RIFC and the 48-Hour Film Project. So I went to the Spot auditions and became entrenched in the RIFC for a good long time.
Yeah. And in fact, I believe 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, you produce the 48-hour film project. Do I have that right?
This is the first year, this past 2012, that I wasn't the producer. The 3 years before that, I was
Yeah.
the lead producer. But being the producer just means organizing the schedule and organizing the people and supplies and things. I had a lot of help. It's really a team effort making the 48-hour film project happen, even for those of us running the contest and not making a film.
Everything in film, not everything, but almost everything in film is a collaborative effort.
Yeah, except for this one guy.
Right.
I love Bill. I want to say his last name is Deisel. He's a fun guy. He's a nice guy, and he goes to somewhere between 4 and 8 different 48-hour film projects across the country every year. And he is cinema solo. He does everything from writing to filming to editing, all by himself.
I saw that guy once. I went up to introduce myself, but he said he wanted to be alone. So it's just a little joke on the show.
Right. Sorry.
But you've been getting into some writing. Is that correct, for screenplays?
Yes, I'm experimenting. I picked up a copy of a good book called Cut the Crap and Write That Damn Screenplay.
Nick Iandolo.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's helping me get the juices flowing, because I'm just, between poetry and music and film and theater, I'm just bursting with ideas, and I just need to get them down on paper and push forward.
Well, as we were sitting here in the studio, two ideas popped into your head, and we're just talking about, off camera, that these ideas that an artist like yourself is going to have throughout the course of the day. It's almost like you need a pen strapped around your neck and a piece of paper attached to your hip, just so you can jot them down.
I carry a pen with me all the time. So.
Good. That's good. What else is going on with you in your life that you want to talk about with us, to share more about yourself?
Well, I'm waiting for Wednesday, because that's when we find out about the auditions that were last night and are tonight regarding the new Scorpio film releasing project, Normal.
Okay.
So that's very exciting. It should be taping in December.
Okay.
And so that's plenty of time for me to be in it before the third big thing. But I'm skipping the second big thing. There's an idea that I had a while back regarding combining different genres, poetry, music, film, and I really want to get that off the ground.
Nice.
So I'd like to be able to pay my people who work with me on that project. We'll see what happens with that. But I want to take that project with me, because I plan on moving to Los Angeles by the end of this year.
Nice.
That's the third big thing.
That's a huge thing.
It's a huge step, yeah.
We've had a couple of friends, Michael Reed, his wife Sarah Nicklin.
Yes.
And they've moved out to the West Coast.
Yes.
And they've done pretty well for themselves. They're friends of yours. These are a couple of local actors, folks, who have done quite well. Michael and Sarah,
yes,
the Reed couple. And you got to visit them, is that correct?
I did, back in July, first 2 weeks of July. They live out in North Hollywood, and crashed at their place for a couple of weeks. They showed me some mutual friends of ours, like Alexander Lewis, who moved out there with them, Shanette Wilson, John Brandy, Gianna Simone, and I got to chill with them for a while, and it was really great.
How was the West Coast when you were there?
It's very nice.
Yes.
The weather was absolutely perfect. A little hot for most people, but not for me.
Right. No offense to New England in February, but yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right, well, Jay Walker, it's been great having you on the show, and we're looking forward to showing some of your stuff, some of your short films that you're in and participating in on our show.
I hope so. There's a lot of great stuff out there that I'm particularly proud of, that I hope that the filmmakers share them with y'all.
We will.
All right.
Thanks, Jay Walker.
Thank you.
Our next short film on the Short Film Showcase is Back by Popular Demand by Curtis Parvin. It stars Adam Bucksbaum as a local rock and roll singer, and we'll see his crazy antics. Let's check out Back by Popular Demand on the Short Film Showcase.
watch the tip of your tongue. These words will kill, poison will fill these lungs undetected. You're dead, boy. Memories built this filthy and devoid. These whispers will drive your brain out of the game. These secrets that I've heard won't have one insane. Is it better to be under the shade? Well, I always saw you come, never saw you leave. Always saw you come, never saw you leave. Here completely with your inner self-conscious essence screaming.
I'm sorry.
It's no problem.
You look like the lead singer of a local band.
Peter, no exit?
You guys are great, but what the hell are you doing here? I didn't know about this show.
Yeah, our promotions need a little work.
Self-promotion right now?
Self-promotion until we get a manager and a label.
Ah.
I'm just putting these up and being a whore for my band.
Gotta be a whore sometimes to get things done, right?
That's the business. Show us what you got, not tell us what you want.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty important show. We need to show the record execs that we have fans.
Record execs are going?
Yeah, from LA.
Wow. Hey, I don't want to be that girl, but do you think that maybe I could get your autograph?
Sure.
What's this?
For your number.
Huh?
What are you doing later?
Nothing really, just packing for Thanksgiving break.
You going far?
Just to Massachusetts.
Well, we should hang out.
Maybe. Think I'd like that. Thanks. My name's Kayla.
Kayla, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'll give you a buzz later and we can hang out.
All right, bye.
Living the dream.
I've heard your message. You're dead, boy. Anger fills this empty void.
Hey, what's going on?
Same different pile.
Yeah, I hear you. Did you get my messages?
Yeah, but I've been so busy. Things have been crazy.
Yeah. Take a number on that one.
So what's this project all about?
Oh, it's a short film.
What genre?
It's kind of part romance and part ghost story.
For class?
No, it's for film school.
Film school?
Yeah, it's part of my reel. They wanted to see a sample of my work, so I gotta send that to them through the mail and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Dude, you don't have to go to film school. Just make the movies you want to make.
Yeah, I wish it were that easy.
It is that easy.
No, dude. I was looking through the brochure, and they're gonna teach me, sound editing, like, camera angles, where to put the camera. Wait, oh, hang on a second. Wait, you gotta see this. Check this out. This is my new camera. Not bad, right? I mean,
It's a piece of shit. One night on the road, this guy filmed us at a club. You should have seen the lens on this camera. Must have cost like 10 grand. You should get one of those.
Yeah, if I only had 10 grand lying around, right? If anybody did. Can you just look at the script, you know what I mean? You're here. Thought maybe you could give me your opinion,
That's exactly what you're gonna get at film school. They're gonna tell you what they want to see.
Yeah, but they're gonna show me how to make a good movie. Logically, that's why they're there, right?
You won't learn that in a classroom.
Look, I want to learn more about making films, and it's the logical next step. It's they're gonna show me the right way to do it, right?
They'll show you their way.
Yeah. All right. Everyone says that's what I should do next, right? It's the logical next step. I want to be, a lawyer. You go to law school if you want to be a lawyer. I'm a filmmaker, so I go to film school, right? But oh God, I can't even think straight. I just need to get this done, and it needs to be done now.
Mellow out, dude. Don't break your balls over this. Art takes time.
I wish I had that time. Mellow out. Just hear me out, okay? The application, hear me out. You just hear this. Application, the reel, all that shit, that needs to be 2 days after Thanksgiving break is when that's due, okay? We're filming tomorrow. My lead actress still needs the script, and we just need to get this done right now. So.
Do you want to be a filmmaker?
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be this much of a pain in the ass.
It's the pain in the ass you signed up for.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, you're here. Could you look at my script? Everybody bailed on me, okay? Just, you know, I can't even tell you how many. Nobody's returning phone calls, emails, text messages. It's, oh, God. It's, all right, just look at the script, all right? Just.
That's it?
That's all I got so far, really.
Pitch it to me.
All right.
Look, man, I gotta grab a smoke. Give me a minute.
What's up, man? It's Peter. Not much. Just got back from a tour. Yeah, pretty good. You got some? Can I get some today? All right, cool. Yeah, I'll be over in a few minutes. Oh, you got a new apartment, huh? A basement? No shit. All right, yeah. I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, peace. Dude, let me in. This place is sketchy. What's up, man? What's up, bro? I want some. Let me in. All right. Oh, come on. Come in, man.
So, you like my new place?
Yeah. You expanding the business or what?
Yeah, well, the place is coming along. I get this guy up in Connecticut.
Connecticut?
Yeah, man. Hang on. CT, man. They got this greenhouse up there, him and his girlfriend. They grow flowers for Mother's Day and
They grow the weed there?
right on the side.
That's cool.
Man. So, how's the band going?
It's good. We got some groupies now.
Off.
No, man. Swear to God. I was on campus like 15 minutes today and, well...
Off. You guys playing the show?
Hells yeah.
Dude, how'd she just give you a number?
I'm in a band.
Yeah, that cut an album in a basement.
You should talk. Look at this hole. I'm gonna catch the clap from your couch.
She smoked.
I don't know.
What are you doing later?
I'm supposed to help this guy with his screenplay, but he needs a real world kick in the ass. You gotta make it happen on your own.
She cute.
What?
Kayla. Nice ass.
Do you get out at all?
Yeah, but dude, girls around here, they don't smoke weed. They're into that coffee house artsy bullshit.
Actually, a lot of those girls do smoke weed. You're just a creeper.
Well, let's see your game, Morrison.
Got her number, didn't I?
Dude, call her and get her to bring a friend over. And I'll make it half price.
I really should go. I got a lot to do.
Dude.
I'll tell you this story, but then I gotta go, alright?
Alright, is this good?
It's good. So we're on the road, right? Playing at this club. Lead singer from the headline band's all up on Jägermeister, tequila, and knows what else. Pukes all over the dressing room. This guy walking by is like, hey, clean that up. To me.
That? What'd you do?
I said, hey, asshole, I'm in the band.
Yeah? How'd that go?
He didn't believe me. He's like, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Clean that up or nobody's getting paid.
Yeah, you know, that's right. Sounds like he was an...
Yeah, who's got the money. So I grabbed the mop and cleaned that up. But the best part was after that, one of the other guys from the band was thanking me, shaking my hand. He says to this girl, hey.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
He says to her, hey, take care of this guy.
Yeah?
She brings me in the other room.
Nah.
And she takes care of my...
What? Man! Oh, I am so jealous.
Yeah.
Dude, it is boring as NPR around here.
That's why I'm not staying.
Dude, come on. Call Kayla, please. Man, dude, I need some man. Call her, get her to bring a hot friend down, we'll have a party, and you'll get half price.
If you don't give me that weed half priced, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Dude, whatever. Just call, please.
Don't be so needy. If a friend comes over and won't let you get in her pants, who gives a f***? We're still gonna get crunk. You can't expect everybody to like you. If you do that, you might as well load the gun right now. One bullet. It's not gonna happen. Who gives a f*** if they don't like you? Just remember, when you smoke it up, you're gonna forget all about the words to live by.
Hell yeah.
It's weird being back here near campus.
Why?
Well, I used to go here. Then I saw the light and dropped out.
Why'd you do that?
I didn't like it. But freshman and sophomore year, I did all the philosophy readings.
That line must get all the girls on the road wet. I did all the philosophy readings. Ugh.
Your ass is here.
Yeah, 'cause you're the lead singer of the best band in Rhode Island, and I'm under the influence, which, may I remind you, is thanks to you.
You're welcome, and I'm trying to be serious. I mean, that's what life is all about. Philosophy. It's why I'm here right now. It's why you're here.
Why are we here?
Well, Boethius said, fortune is a wheel. Lady Fortune's wheel. It's always spinning. Rome, Greece. Other nations rise and fall, and another one takes its place.
Huh?
My point is, no one can have good fortune all the time. Opportunities are just a turn of the wheel away from disappearing.
Would you just shut up?
No! Kayla.
What?
Why are we here?
I don't know.
Well,
Why do you care?
Why do you think we're here?
I don't know. On the couch? Because I think we both know the answer to that question.
Not on the couch. The bigger picture, why are we here?
Who gives a
So you never think about the bigger picture, why we meet people. Is it chance? Is it meant to happen?
No, I don't. I don't believe in any of that stupid psychobabble, philosophy bull. Because that's exactly what it is. It's bull. We meet who we meet. Life is life. There's no such thing as chance or luck or fate. Whatever you want to call it, it doesn't exist.
So you just think we're predestined?
Just turn off the light. I need to go to sleep. I have to pack early in the morning for break.
Where are you going?
Massachusetts.
You're still coming to the show this weekend, right?
Just turn off the light. We'll talk more in the morning.
Jeff, I'm sorry for blowing off your film. Something came up. Truthfully, I ended up getting high and hooking up with this girl. She was gone when I got up this morning. I'm having black coffee by myself right now when I really wanted to have breakfast with her. I usually live my life saying, don't make anybody a priority, that only makes you an option. I guess I was just an option for her. Maybe it's bad karma or something catching up with me, but I feel like today. I have to get back to my band. When we get the record deal and go to LA, I'll make it up to you. I can do the score for your film, and we can hit the clubs, go to some parties or something. Anyway, I'm in Providence until Sunday morning if you want to talk. Peter.
Always saw you come, never saw you leave. Always saw you come, never saw you leave. Here, complete me with your inner self-conscious essence. Screaming, yes, I've heard your message. You're dead, boy. Anger fills this empty void. Well, I always saw you come, never saw you leave. Always saw you come, never saw you leave. Here, complete. Revive me. Revive me. Revive me. Revive me.
Welcome back to Short Film Showcase. You just watched Back by Popular Demand by Curtis Parvin. Great short film starring Adam Buxbaum. Okay, we're going to have a special guest in the audience right now. Luis Carvalho, welcome to the Short Film Showcase. How are you today, Luis?
Good, Mike. Good to be here.
Good. Now, you just did a horror film, and you told me it's 96 minutes long.
Correct.
And it's called?
Jonah Lives.
Jonah Lives. Tell us a little bit about Jonah Lives.
Jonah Lives is a revenge story. This old guy got murdered by his conniving ex-wife, and somehow a year or so later, these 6 kids get together, contact his spirit, and through the Ouija board are able to resurrect him from the dead so that he can maybe manage to get his revenge.
So it's a romantic comedy?
No, not really. A horror thriller.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great. What are some of your inspirations coming up as a filmmaker?
Well, definitely George Romero.
Yes.
I think we spoke about that. George Romero, Tom Savini, Creepshow, Tales from the Dark Side, horror comics.
Yeah.
It's a tale, you know. It's in that genre. It's in that vein. It was originally started out as a short film, but I just fleshed it out and got it into a decent feature.
Nice. 96 minutes.
Correct.
That's great.
Credits also, with the credits. A lot of people worked on this film.
Nice. Who are some of the people that you collaborated with?
We worked with Ben Bornstein, who did the special effects makeup. He's done a lot of Hollywood projects. I think his last one around the area was The Fighter.
Okay.
He was also one of the technicians on 300. I'm not sure what capacity, but he also worked on that. And he's a slew of other independent B horror monsters and things like that.
And you mentioned a young lady named Jocelyn.
Jocelyn Padilla stars as Barbara, and she takes the lead role.
Fantastic
And she's
young
done a great
actress.
job. Excellent actress.
Yeah, she's doing something up in Boston that I just got.
She's can work continually, short films, and continuing to grind.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let's going back to you. You have an interesting life story. You said off camera that you and your friends were doing the 8mm, you know, backyard filming, having fun.
Jonah Lives started out about 33 years ago. I was about 16 years old when I wrote a script called Dirty Creature. It was about 17 pages, and it was just basically contacting a spirit, resurrecting him from the dead. He comes in the cellar, and he just kills everybody one by one. It was little more than that. That was being prepared for Cinemagic.
Right.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, but that was a short film magazine, and they used to put all kinds of tricks and things like that, and inspiring people to go out there and do it. Of course, I tried to raise a budget for it, and that was my first time trying to raise any kind of budget to do anything, and we weren't able to raise up the $1,000 that we figured we needed to make it, and you know, the project didn't get done. So we did a few other small projects here and there, and then once our group started eventually breaking up, meeting girlfriends, going out, making their lives, it was like, it didn't seem like anything was going to happen as far as filmmaking. So I'm almost a filmmaker by desire.
Okay.
The desire never left. The desire never died. The studying, watching, and hoping that someday I would get to this point.
It's always the perseverance that whether you're active in the film world or you're taking a hiatus, but it's always in the brain.
Right, always studying, always looking at technique and seeing what's being done and what makes a good film.
You were probably watching stuff like Poltergeist and...
all of those guys, Toby Hooper, Sean Cunningham, Wes Craven, all of those guys. I watched all of those guys. Lucio Fulci, Dario Argento, going into the Italians, you know, all of those films from the 70s and 80s. I have all of them on collection on DVD, Blu-rays, and you name it.
Is it pretty much horror films that inspired you?
I like a film that generates a feeling, and for me, horror film.
Yeah.
Maybe it's easy in a horror film because it's always extreme situations, but I like to get a feeling and a vibe. So I want to try a drama,
right?
But I felt that the horror was definitely my easiest thing to say. Okay, let me get out there, show some chops, and try to, you know, make people feel something.
Is there room for a sequel to Jonah?
There sure is.
Okay.
It's already brewing. I got it in the back of my mind. It's a prequel sequel. I want to show a little bit of Jonah when he was alive, just before he got murdered by his wife, and why. Yeah. And then what's happening with the character that survives. I don't want to say who. So I want to keep that under wraps, and what happens with her story progressively forward.
But the audience...
Exactly.
Because that's one of those tenets of filmmaking, is the audience is what completes the film.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like we just try to give out everything. We keep it on the layer, keep a layer going so that the audience can involve their thoughts and reactions as the movie progresses along.
Nice. Casting. Let's talk about casting for a minute.
Casting, I had to reach out to Jodie Purdy Quinlan.
Oh, yeah.
I tried the online thing, posted ads and stuff, but I didn't get enough people responding. First-time filmmaker that, you know, if they looked me up, there was nothing out there. I hadn't done anything. So I reached out to Jodie Purdy, and she helped me flesh out and round up the cast.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you had a B-movie queen.
B-movie, Brink Stevens, I met in 1993 at the 25th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead out in the Monroe Expo Center in Pittsburgh. She was just great. I loved her. Lene Quigley was also with her. And I mentioned just in passing, say, you know, if I have this movie in mind, and if I ever get to do it, I'm going to call you up. And 30 years later, she was on Facebook. I friended her, sent her the script. She actually consulted with me and helped me flesh it out a little bit. So she was great. She was fantastic.
It's cool when you have someone in mind, you know, even if it takes 10 or 15 years, you're like, I'm going to work with this actor or actress or, you know, person, and then down the line it actually happens. It's like, it's surreal, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
incredible.
I've had that experience a little bit, so.
It's hard to believe. Up until the day where we actually broke the lights and broke the camera out and everybody was out there, I mean, it was amazing.
Nice. So what's next for you?
We're looking at a few scripts. You know, I don't want to go back. I mean, Jonah Lives is a project that we're all pretty proud of. There's room for improvement, so we want to improve.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a couple of options. We're trying to raise some money for a script called The Deported.
Okay.
It's, like I said, going into a drama just to show that we can do something else.
Right.
And it basically involves a few Portuguese-American immigrants who, in the economy now as it is today, they're not making their ends meet, and they decide to go into a life of crime with the threat of deportation hanging over them. So that's what we're working on next.
Well, with the economy, I mean, and you know what, people can relate to that.
Yeah, I believe so.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Sure.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about before we?
That's pretty much it. I mean, we want to give a shout out. We're going to be at Columbus, Indiana, B-Movie Celebration. Avery Guerra and Bill Dever invited us out there.
Cool.
So I'm not sure on the time, but we're in the Yes Cinema, Columbus, Indiana. Look it up. It's on Facebook.
Nice.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, just keep moving forward. Hopefully somebody picks it up on the market.
Fantastic. Yeah. Luis Carvalho, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Short Film Showcase.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the Short Film Showcase, we've got a trilogy of short films from Chris Esper, a former guest on our show. We've got Clay Play, which is an animation stop-action film. Going to be great. Then we've got a short film about a frying pan. Guess what it's called? You got it, Pan. And finally, we've got The Mysterious Rubik. So let's check out this trilogy of short films by our buddy Chris Esper on the Short Film Showcase.
Huh? Huh?
It was an average day. Same store, same shelf. Many days go by, and you start to wonder, what's my purpose? I sit and wait for my master. Will he ever come? It was a nice place. It felt like home. But soon, things will change. I suddenly felt a warm sensation. My mind went blank. I was betrayed, and all my dreams were shattered. The pain, the fury. I felt washed up, and my days were numbered. I don't know what kind of world these beings live in, but I do know that it is cruel. My screams were muffled by the smell of my own flesh. What they told me at the store was nothing compared to this. My body was warped. My mind was broken. I was lied to and very much deceived.
That was Chris Esper's short film trilogy on the Short Film Showcase. We would like to mention that Chris is making a new short film called Still Life, and it stars David Graziano and Carolyn Fournier. We look forward to showing that film right here on Short Film Showcase. Tonight on Short Film Showcase, we've had a great show. I'd like to thank our guests, Jay Walker and Luis Carvalho, for being here in the studio talking about their films, their writing, and their futures. Great guys. And I'd like to mention to our aspiring filmmakers out there, if you have a short film you'd like to have on our show, please contact Bryan Casey at bcfilms.net. That's Bryan Casey at bcfilms.net to have your short film on the Short Film Showcase. So, once again, it's Mike Messier, your host, and I'd just like to remind you, when it comes to short films, if you can dream it, shoot it. I'm Mike Messier.